In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on January 5th, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Washington Wizards vs. Cleveland Cavaliers. The upcoming basketball clash features the Washington Wizards against the Cleveland Cavaliers, following their Wednesday night face-off, which resulted in a resounding victory for the Cavaliers with a 140-101 blowout on their home court. Notably, this defeat marked the Wizards' second consecutive loss, following their setback against the Atlanta Hawks on December 31st. On the road, the Wizards have struggled this season, managing a modest 3-16 record. Conversely, the Cavaliers, buoyed by their recent triumph, aim to extend their success, especially with 5 of their next 6 games scheduled at home. Cleveland boasts a commendable 10-8 home record this season. In recent games, the Washington Wizards have encountered a challenging stretch, dropping 5 of their last 6 matches. The team aims to rebound from a demoralizing 140-101 loss to the Cavaliers on Wednesday. Key player Kyle Kuzma led the Wizards with 16 points, but the team collectively struggled, shooting just 41% from the field and 12 of 35 from beyond the arc. The game quickly spiraled out of control, with the Wizards being outscored by a substantial margin of 73-46 in the second half. Looking ahead, the Wizards face the Knicks after this encounter. Conversely, the Cleveland Cavaliers have showcased solid form, winning 6 of their last 9 games. Their recent victory over the struggling Wizards demonstrated their prowess, with Max Strus leading the charge with 24 points. The Cavaliers' efficient shooting, particularly from the three-point line, played a pivotal role in their dominant performance. Looking ahead, the Cavaliers are set to meet the Spurs and Nets in their subsequent games. As the Wizards prepare for their clash with the Cavaliers, there are concerns about their roster's availability, with Landry Shamet listed as questionable. On the other side, the Cavaliers continue to miss key players such as Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, and Ty Jerome. In the context of back-to-back games, teams often make adjustments that can narrow the performance gap. However, in this instance, the Cavaliers seem poised for another convincing victory. The Wizards' defensive vulnerabilities were exposed in their previous encounter, with Cleveland's defense effectively containing their high-scoring offense. The absence of Mobley was felt as the Wizards were outmatched on the boards, with Jarrett Allen proving to be a formidable force in the paint. Anticipating a continuation of their success, the Cleveland Cavaliers are likely to secure their second consecutive victory against the Washington Wizards on Friday night. The Wizards' struggles on the defensive end, ranking last in the NBA in defensive rating, present a favorable scenario for the Cavaliers, who boast a formidable lineup of scoring options. Additionally, the Wizards' offensive inefficiencies, ranking 25th in offensive rating, were evident in their previous matchup, where they failed to counter the Cavaliers' defensive prowess. The Cavaliers' bench outscoring the Wizards starters further highlights the disparity in performance. The contrasting trajectories of these two teams paint a clear picture. While the Wizards grapple with a slump, the Cavaliers are on an upward trajectory with 6 wins in their last 9 games. Friday night's matchup is expected to yield similar results, especially with the Cavaliers starters fully rested after playing below their normal minute totals on Wednesday. While the betting line may appear steep, the Cleveland Cavaliers demonstrated their dominance in the previous game, making them a strong pick to secure both win and cover the spread as favorites in this one. Analyzing the Wizards' performance as the NBA season approaches its midpoint reveals their status as one of the league's weakest defensive teams. They currently sit at the bottom in points allowed per game, rebounding, and second to last in opponents' field goal percentage. In stark contrast, the Cavaliers, despite being labeled as one of the lower scoring teams, managed to put up an impressive 140 points in their recent encounter with the Wizards. The Wizards' fast-paced and somewhat reckless style of play is likely to result in turnovers, providing the Cavaliers with opportunities for easy baskets, a trend witnessed in the Cavaliers' 54% shooting performance in Wednesday's game. Although the Cavaliers may not replicate their exceptional shooting from the previous game, expectations are that they will reach the 120-point mark. The Wizards, while struggling offensively in their last outing, are likely to adopt a more aggressive approach, particularly with their leading scorer, Kyle Kuzma, anticipating an improvement in shooting efficiency, coupled with their second-ranking pace in the NBA. The Wizards are poised for a higher scoring game. Consequently, the Cavaliers are expected to continue their trend of high-scoring performances, resulting in the total score surpassing the projected total. Thus, over the projected total stands is our full game total pick. New York Knicks versus Philadelphia 76ers. On Friday, January 5th, a compelling matchup is set to unfold as the Philadelphia 76ers clash with the New York Knicks. Philadelphia, boasting a 23-10 season record, exhibits dominance at home with an impressive 13-4 record on their own court. Their recent performance has been particularly noteworthy, securing victories in 5 of their last 7 games leading up to Friday's encounter. On the other side, the New York Knicks, with a 19-15 overall record, currently hold the 8th position in the Eastern Conference and are riding the momentum of back-to-back wins. The New York Knicks have displayed commendable form, winning 5 of their last 9 games overall. Their recent triumph over the Bulls in a convincing 116-100 victory showcased stellar performances from key players. Julius Randle led the charge with 35 points, complemented by Jalen Brunson's 31 points and 13 assists, along with Isaiah Hartenstein's impactful contribution of 10 points, 20 rebounds, and 5 blocks. Despite a shaky start against the Bulls, the Knicks rebounded in the second half, outscoring their opponents 65-45 and ultimately securing a comfortable win. Meanwhile, the Philadelphia 76ers are riding a wave of success, clinching victories in 11 of their last 14 games. In their recent encounter with the Bulls, the 76ers dominated with a 110-97 home win. Joel Embiid showcased his prowess with a triple-double, accumulating 31 points, 15 rebounds, and 10 assists. The team, as a whole, demonstrated efficiency, shooting 47% from the field and 12 of 30 from beyond the arc. The 76ers' dominance was evident from the start, outscoring the Bulls by an impressive 43-18 margin in the first quarter. The emergence of Og Anunoby has injected newfound excitement for Knicks fans. Despite facing their toughest test against the 76ers, Anunoby has already proven his worth with solid performances, averaging 14 points on over 50% shooting in the 2 encounters this season. The Knicks will heavily rely on his defensive prowess. The recent stellar performances of Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle, both scoring over 30 points in the win against the Bulls, underscore the Knicks' potential. However, beating the formidable 76ers remains a challenge, with historical stats showing limited success for the Knicks in recent meetings and away games at the Wells Fargo Center. Joel Embiid's triumphant return to the lineup after missing games in December marked a significant boost for the Sixers. While Embiid's triple-double showcased his dominance, the team's depth was evident with solid performances from Tyrese Maxey and Tobias Harris. The Sixers have made remarkable strides, ranking in the top 10 for both offensive and defensive efficiency. Heading into the game against the Knicks, they boast a 10-3 against the spread record in their last 13 overall games and have covered in 7 of their last 8 home games. In this evenly matched encounter, Joel Embiid stands out as the X factor, leveraging his size advantage that the Knicks lack down low. Despite Embiid's potential impact, the Knicks showcase promising elements, particularly Anunoby's seamless integration and defensive capabilities. Although the 76ers may be favored at home, the Knicks, with their competitive spirit and the addition of Anunoby, present a formidable challenge. The expectation is for a closely contested game, with the Knicks positioned to cover the spread as underdogs. Both teams have recently favored the under in their last 2 games, albeit against specific opponents. However, the upcoming matchup suggests a potential shift in pace. Philadelphia has displayed a preference for the over in home games, succeeding in 11 out of 17 outings at the Wells Fargo Center. Similarly, the Knicks have a strong over-under record, going 10-3 in their last 13 away games. The absence of Mitchell Robinson down low could pose challenges for the Knicks against Embiid, but with Brunson and Randle in the lineup, they aim to counter effectively. Offense takes center stage in this clash of titans, as both teams have consistently lit up the scoreboard throughout the season. The 76ers rank as the 5th fastest team in the league, while the Knicks hold the 10th spot in the league's pace rankings. Notably, the over has hit in 10 to 6-1 instances when Philadelphia plays at home. The total has finished over in 12 of the last 18 games for Philadelphia and in 4 of the last 6 games against New York. Both teams rank high in offensive efficiency, with Philadelphia at 5th 5th and New York tied for 10th. Considering the historical trend and the team's offensive prowess, the expectation is that this game will surpass 230 points, making over the projected total as our preferred full-game total pick. Charlotte Hornets versus Chicago Bulls. In the upcoming clash between the Charlotte Hornets and the Chicago Bulls, two Eastern Conference teams with aspirations of climbing the playoff rankings will vie for a crucial victory in the Windy City. This Friday night matchup sees the Hornets hitting the road to face the Bulls. In their most recent outing, Charlotte emerged triumphant against Sacramento with a 111-104 road win, defying the odds as a 15.5-point underdog. On the other side, Chicago faced the Knicks in a back-to-back scenario on Wednesday, succumbing to a 116-100 defeat and failing to cover as an 8.5-point underdog. Historically, the Bulls hold an 80-46 advantage in the regular season series, having secured victories in the last 3 encounters, including a 111-100 win at home in their first meeting this season on December 6, 2023. The Charlotte Hornets found themselves mired in a challenging stretch, enduring an 11-game losing streak before finally breaking free with a 111-104 triumph over the Kings on Tuesday. Terry Rozier played a pivotal role in this turnaround, contributing 34 points and 6 assists on 13 of 24 shooting, while Miles Bridges and P.J. Washington added significant points to the cause. As a unit, the Hornets managed to shoot 51% from the field and 12 of 34 from beyond the arc, doing just enough to stay competitive. Their resilience shone through, particularly in the final 3:42, where they orchestrated a 17-6 run to snatch the game from the Kings, securing an impressive upset on the road. Meanwhile, the Chicago Bulls find themselves in a slump, having dropped 4 of their last 6 games. They aim to halt a 2-game skid following a disheartening 116-100 loss to the Knicks on Wednesday. DeMar DeRozan led the Bulls with 28 points, but the team's 41% shooting from the field and 13 of 32 from the three-point line proved insufficient to secure a victory. Chicago, despite holding the lead at halftime, faltered in the second half, being outscored by 65-45. As the Bulls face their third game in 4 nights and the Hornets enjoy a 2-day break after a back-to-back set, the matchup presents unique challenges for both teams. Chicago anticipates the return of Zach LaVine in the coming week, but the impact may not be felt in this game. With both teams ranking in the bottom 5 in scoring offense, fatigue could play a role, although the Bulls hold a favorable 11-9 home record compared to Charlotte's 4-13 away record. The Hornets, coming off the end of an 11-game losing streak, must carry momentum forward against a Bulls team looking to rebound from a defeat against the Knicks. Charlotte's victory over the Kings was marked by a remarkable turnaround, breaking an 11-game losing streak. Terry Rozier's explosive fourth quarter, coupled with the Kings' turnovers, paved the way for the Hornets' comeback. The Bulls, stinging from their loss to the Knicks, anticipate the return of Zach LaVine, providing a boost to their lineup. Despite Brandon Miller's absence, the Bulls are poised to perform well at home against a depleted Hornets roster. Notably, the Bulls have covered the spread in 12 of their last 17 games, adding a layer of confidence to their prospects in this matchup. The Hornets, previously struggling during their losing streak, showcased resilience in their upset win over the Kings. In contrast, the Bulls have faced recent setbacks, most notably against the Knicks. While the Hornets displayed a different side in their recent win, such performances have been infrequent this season. Consequently, favoring the Bulls to rebound at home seems like a prudent choice. The Chicago Bulls are predicted to win and cover the spread as the favorites as our full-game side pick. Examining the team's performance against the total, Charlotte has surpassed the mark in 17 of their 32 games this season. The Hornets rank 21st in turnovers, averaging 13.9 per game, and 17th in pace with 98.8 possessions per night. On the other hand, the Bulls have seen the under prevail in 18 of their 36 games, with a second place standing in turnovers at 12.1 per contest and a 30th position in tempo with 96 possessions per game. Notably, 8 of the last 10 meetings, including the last 5, have concluded under the projected total. Despite Chicago's struggles in the second half against the Knicks, they are expected to control the pace in the upcoming game, especially with Charlotte missing key players. Zach LaVine's return will inject energy into the Bulls, albeit with a minutes restriction in his first game back after nearly 2 months. The total has consistently gone under in the last 5 games between these two teams, emphasizing a trend towards lower scoring contests. With both teams grappling to score, the game is anticipated to fall short of the projected total, making under the total our comprehensive full-game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.